Remember when Endgame hit theaters and we all thought the MCU could do no wrong? Fast forward to today, and we've seen more misses than hits. From lackluster Disney Plus shows to box office disappointments, something clearly changed after Tony Stark snapped his fingers. Today, we're diving deep into the real reasons why Marvel's golden age came to an abrupt end. And, spoiler alert, it wasn't superhero fatigue. Let's start with Marvel's biggest mistake. They got cocky. After the massive success of Infinity War and Endgame, Kevin Feige and the Marvel executives believed they had achieved something unprecedented: total audience loyalty. They thought fans would watch literally anything with the Marvel logo slapped on it. This overconfidence led to some questionable decisions. We suddenly got Disney Plus shows centered around characters that, let's be honest, most casual fans had never heard of: Echo, Agatha Harkness, and Ironheart. These aren't exactly household names that generate water-cooler conversations. The problem wasn't that these characters couldn't work, but Marvel greenlit them without considering whether audiences actually wanted to see them. They assumed brand loyalty would carry these projects, but that's not how entertainment works. Every project needs to justify its own existence. Here's where things get really messy. The Marvel Studios that gave us the perfectly orchestrated Infinity Saga was gone. In its place was a studio trying to juggle twice as many projects without the infrastructure to support them. The most telling example? Elizabeth Olsen revealed that Doctor Strange 2 began filming while WandaVision was still in production. Think about that. The movie that was supposed to follow up on Wanda's character arc started shooting before the writers even knew how her Disney Plus series would end. That's not coordination, that's chaos. It gets worse. WandaVision's head writer Jack Schaefer admitted they were making up the ending as they went along. No showrunners, no series bibles, no proper script review process. This isn't how successful television gets made, and it explains why so many Phase 4 projects felt disjointed and rushed. When you hear that Moon Knight's writer left halfway through production, or that they had to completely reshoot Daredevil Born Again because it wasn't good enough, you start to see a pattern. This isn't the Marvel Studios that spent years planning every detail of the Infinity Saga. But here's the part that really shows how everything fell apart. Marvel's original plan was actually brilliant. They had identified their new trinity to replace Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor with Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Captain Marvel. This made perfect sense on paper. Spider-Man is the world's most popular superhero. Black Panther was a cultural phenomenon that made over $1 billion. Captain Marvel represented Marvel's push for female-led blockbusters and also crossed the billion-dollar mark. The plan was to build Phase 4 and beyond around these three characters, eventually forming a new Avengers team. But then reality intervened in the cruelest ways possible. First, the Spider-Man situation. Sony's success with Spider-Man led to disputes over the character's future in the MCU. While they eventually worked things out, Marvel realized they couldn't build their universe around a character they don't fully control. You can't make Spider-Man the face of your franchise when another studio owns him. Then came the tragic loss of Chadwick Boseman in 2020. Marvel made the respectful decision not to recast T'Challa immediately, but this left a massive hole in their plans. Black Panther was supposed to be a cornerstone of the new MCU, and suddenly that foundation was gone. Finally, Captain Marvel. Despite the financial success of her first film, Carol Danvers never connected with audiences the way Marvel hoped. The character received significant backlash, and the Marvel's box office failure confirmed that she couldn't carry the franchise. So, in the span of 2 years, Marvel's entire post-Endgame strategy collapsed. It wasn't due to poor planning or incompetence. It was a perfect storm of bad luck and circumstances beyond their control. Could Marvel have pivoted better? Possibly. Loki's Disney Plus series was a massive hit, but by the time they realized how much fans loved Tom Hiddleston's character, it was too late to restructure their plans around him. Movies scheduled for 2022 and 2023 were already in production when Loki premiered in 2021. This highlights another issue with Marvel's new approach. They lost the luxury of time. The Infinity Saga developed over a decade, allowing for course corrections and organic character development. Phase 4 tried to accomplish too much too quickly. So there you have it. 4 major factors that derailed Marvel's post-Endgame era. Overconfidence led to weak projects. Production chaos created inconsistent storytelling. The pandemic wreaked havoc on budgets and visual effects, and the loss of their planned trinity left them without clear direction. The good news? Marvel seems to be learning from these mistakes. With projects like Deadpool and Wolverine bringing back the multiverse excitement, and a more focused approach to future phases, there's hope for a return to form. What do you think? Are you optimistic about Marvel's future, or do you think the damage is done? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of superhero cinema.